Good day. We are Group 6 of K33 DSIMGTS, and we are going to present problem 7.17 of Chapter 7 Minimum Cost Plan for Bellevue School District. Next slide, please.
Bellevue School District is being managed by their school board and made the decision to add 1,350 Macintosh computers for their computer laboratories to provide better quality education to the students. The school board has been directed to purchase the computers from the three different options of vendors: Educom, Macwin, and Mac Electronics, since they provide greater discounts and fixed delivery for bulk purchases from the school district. Next slide, please. The data shown in the slide is the data provided by the paper, and it shows the three vendors' capacity, fixed cost, and variable cost for the Macintosh computers. Next slide, please.
The problem in this case is the school board is eager to determine the minimum cost plan for their computer needs. In this way, it provided three sub-questions to be utilized as well. The first is to formulate a BIP model in algebraic form for this problem. The next is to formulate and solve this model on a spreadsheet. And the last is to generate a parameter analysis report with analytic solver to show the optimal order quantities and total cost of the optimal solution when the cost per computer for Macwin is from $680 to $800 by tens. Next slide, please.
The following objectives will be utilized to answer the questions. First is to determine the minimization cost for their computer needs. Next is to answer problems 7.17 A to C. And lastly is to provide an optimal solution for the answered problems. Next slide, please.
For question A, 7.17, the problem asks to formulate a model in algebra form to determine the minimized cost of the school district for the computers that they will purchase. With this, the group utilized this final model, which is let B sub V be the number of computers that will be bought from the vendors, and variable V as the three vendors directed by the school board. Lastly, the group used constraints shown on the slide in order to answer the first objective, which is to find the minimized cost. Next slide, please. For problem B, it asks to utilize the algebra form made in question A. With that, the group utilized Microsoft Excel and Analytic Solver to satisfy all the constraints needed in the Excel. It utilized the total cost as the set objective since it determines the price. It is set in minimum because of its main objective, which is to minimize the cost. And it utilized these constraints to determine the amount of computers purchased, numbers of vendors used, and total cost. Lastly, it utilized simplex LP as the solving method because it utilizes a linear function. Next slide, please.
In order to minimize costs, the school board of Bellevue School District should purchase 350 computers from Macwin and 1,000 computers from Mac Electronics. By doing this, the Bellevue School District will be able to keep costs to a minimum of $1,056,250. Next slide, please.
For problem C, we are tasked to find the optimal order of quantities for the vendor Macwin and the total cost of the optimal solution with a given cost per computer, which is shown on the slide. With that, the computer was tasked to generate a parameter analysis report for this particular question using Excel's analytic solver. Next slide, please.
For the interpretation, for problems, the group was able to determine that in order for the school board to be cost efficient when buying computers from Macwin, they should purchase 700 computers from Macwin with the price of $680 and 650 pieces from Mac Electronics with a total cost of $1,016,000. This is to help the school board formulate their minimum cost plan when buying equipment. Next slide, please. What the last slide showed the cheapest possible expenses. This slide shows the most expensive solution for the school board, which is for them to purchase 350 computers from Macwin with the price of $770 each and 1,000 computers from Mac Electronics, with a total cost of $1,054,500. This solution would cost them $38,500 more than the other solution, which is not advisable if their goal was to formulate a minimum cost plan. Next slide, please.
That ends our presentation for problem 7.17 of chapter 7, minimum cost plan for Bellevue School District. Thank you.